Hey guys, it is Damak here and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are here on F1 2018. It's just come out today. I'm up, it is 7 AM before school recording this episode. So anyway, we're doing a career mode today. I did have a poll up on Twitter for which one you wanted. It was either Ferrari Cockpit Cam Pro career mode or it was a Force India career mode. So we're doing a Force India career mode. As you can see there, they're not the highest rated team. They're 7th highest, so hopefully we can rise them back up to 4th. Obviously, in real life, they've got this new team name, Racing Point Formula 1. They've gone, had to change the name and all that, so they're down to 0 points once again. And yeah, so in this team, the team expectations will be pushing for podiums, and the attitude preference is sportsmanship, and I'm pretty sure I have that. So anyway, let's head into this career mode and go. So my teammate for this career mode will be Esteban Ocon. I'm just going to choose him. Sorry, Perez. And we're going to go with qualifying as a short qualifying. No, we're going to go full qualifying, obviously. And formation lap on 50% race. AI driver level are going to be at 100 to start off with. I don't know how good they're going to be. I don't know how bad they're going to be. So it's going to be at 100. Anyway, race settings. Vehicle damage on simulation, safety car on, corner cutting strict, race starts manual, and there we go.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media, so be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tire wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
So anyway, our contract here at Force India is expected qualifying position 14th. Expected race position 14th. Team order, I'm second driver obviously. Ocon obviously is going to be the first driver. And the team goal is for me to score 6 Drivers' Championship points. And I'll get 400 resource points for that. It is rain all weekend. But then in the race it should be dry. So qualifying should be wet apparently. So yeah, anyway, let's go in to practice 1 here in Melbourne and hopefully we can get all the programs done and head into qualifying. Okay, so we're coming to the end of our track acclimatization here in Melbourne. We've got the purple score of 5:30 and there we go, a good start to the practice session. We got a purple score in this test, so let's go on to the next one. So as we're coming to the end of this ERS management test, I've just realised it's literally just running low ERS deploy for the whole lap and you get a purple score. As long as you're ahead of the time, then you get the purple score, and that's what I just did. So it's not as exciting as I thought. So I probably didn't bother showing you all the practice program footage because it's quite repetitive. Anyway, we did well in all of them. We were negative 1.01 on the tire wear delta, negative 1.89 laps on the extra fuel required, so we're doing quite well. And in the ERS management we did quite well. Net energy difference is 0.55 megajoules anyway, so We harvested way more than we deployed. The qualifying pace, we had estimated 11th qualifying position with that lap we did, first time lap. And the race strategy, we were ahead on the tyre wear, better saving than they thought, and the lap times were much quicker than they thought. So anyway, I think that's it for this session. It is now time to face the press and head into qualifying. So I don't know what's happened, but Grosjean has set a 56-second lap time, and he's got a 5-place grid penalty for that. So let's go into the race director and see what happened with Grosjean. He collided with Gasly, and then I don't know what happened. Grosjean collided with Gasly, and that gave him a slow lap time and a penalty. So P4 in FP1. Obviously you can't tell much from it. We were one of the few on the ultra softs, so you can't really tell anything from that. Anyway, let's head into qualifying 1 now, and hopefully we can get into Q3 at least, or I'll be happy with a high Q2, but hopefully it's a Q3.
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula 1. You must be thrilled.
This isn't the end of the journey, it's just the beginning.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
They've been in F1 longer than I have, so there's much more to learn.
What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula 1, or do you see something more?
Force India have put a lot of faith in me. That's all I can say really. It's very quick, isn't it? They don't give you much time to think about it, really. Wow, that's something. But anyway, that's the first press conference done, or press session.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
Okay, so it is absolutely pouring here in qualifying 1, as the engineer expected. I reckon it's going to be like this the whole qualifying session. So I did have a setup to run in the dry. I might have to risk it and put it on and then run in the wet with it, because Parc Ferme is on. It will be into immediate conditions. And now through the final corner, sliding even more onto the grass a bit. We're coming across the line now. We're 2 seconds up on our lap time, and it puts us P11. So in Q1, Lewis Hamilton tops Valtteri Bottas by just under a tenth, with Max Verstappen in P3. Daniel Ricciardo struggled in Q1. He's down in P11. Myself and my teammate Esteban Ocon on P12 and P13. I just pip him to P12 by just over a tenth. Anyway, the drivers that went out at the end of Q1 are Brendan Hartley, Charles Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson, Sergei Sorokin and Lance Stroll. We're 6 tenths up. We're very, very quick compared to our last lap. If we can just keep it, that would be amazing. We're behind Sainz now. Hit the curb on the inside. Car spinning out. Nearly lost the back end. And that's basically all of our time gone. We're still gaining time though, but that is a big loss to us. We lost at least 5 tenths there. And we should be gaining more time now. So the back end is nearly kicking out on the penultimate corner. Through the final corner as well, onto the curb just a bit. Losing some more time. Across the line we go. And it is... What place is it? Are we into the top 10? It's P12. We didn't gain a place. And we're starting the Australian Grand Prix from P12. 5 tenths from getting into Q3. And that's what we lost on the fast left-right. So we could have been in Q3 there. But we're just unlucky, really. And the other drivers to go out with us are Kevin Magnussen, Pierre Gasly and Stoffel Van Dorn. As Fernando Alonso actually gets in to Q3 as well. And I'm a bit disappointed there. Okay, so we're going to add some more resource points to the team. We're going to go on to the chassis and we're going to get this first chassis upgrade. It is going to be 500, it is the lightweight energy storage cells. Weight reduction, we're going to develop that for 500 and it should be here in China. We're also going to upgrade the front wing main flap for front downforce. That's going to be 1,000 resource points, sorry, and that should be here for Azerbaijan. So we're going to upgrade that. We're going to develop it, sorry, and that should be here soon. So after qualifying P12 for the Australian Grand Prix, it's time to go into the race now. Hopefully there's no changing weather in the race, but it looks to be like it's just going to be dry the whole time. So let's go.
New drivers, new cars and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21 race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21 race calendar and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season, it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Alonso, Hülkenberg, Sainz and Kevin Magnussen, McDonald, Ocon, Pierre Gasly and Van Dorn, Grosjean, Hartley, Charles Leclerc and Marcus Ericsson. Sirotkin and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are on the grid for our first ever race in Formula One and our first ever race in this career on F1 2018. We're in P11 here after Grosjean got that 5th place grid penalty in the first ever practice session of the season. That promotes us up to P11 from P12 in that rainy qualifying session. The race strategy then, we're starting on the super soft tyres and we will be moving on to the softs midway through the race. Anyway, we're just going to go on to the formation lap now, start off our career hopefully on a high. We're behind Magnussen in front of Ocon and hopefully it is good. So here we are lining up on the grid directly behind Sainz, behind Magnussen on the grid and in front of Esteban Ocon. Gasly is directly behind us and we're waiting for Lance Stroll to round off the grid. Lance Stroll has now rounded off the grid. The lights are now illuminated above us now. We've got 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go here for the first race of the 2018 season. We've got a good start. Magnussen moves over very harshly. We're alongside Carlos Sainz down towards turn 1. There's a car diving up the inside. That is Nico Hülkenberg causing havoc here in turn 1. We slip up the inside of Hülkenberg and now we're into P8. Now on the back of Alonso and Ricciardo in the slipstream. Alonso up the inside of the Spaniard into turn 3. He does try to turn in on me, but we're still side by side with him. Alonso there on the inside. He's going to keep, no, he's not going to keep the position. We get the traction off the exit of turn 4, and we're up into P7 now. Now that start was hectic. Magnussen moved over very harshly, just like he did on his debut in 2014, where he moved over harshly on Fernando Alonso, I believe it was. and there we had to take evasive action, nearly putting it in the wall, and we had to go alongside Carlos Sainz. Anyway, we're in P7 now. Hopefully we can get a good break away from these cars behind, and then we can just race our own race towards the flag, but I doubt it's going to be that easy, as the curbs are probably going to cause us a bit of havoc here. Down towards turn 13 now. Alonso's directly behind me. He's not going to go for a move, surely not. No, he does not. We close the door anyway. So it seems to be that Verstappen is slowing up Daniel Ricciardo here, as we're on the back of the Red Bulls. We've got dirty air through the last corner. We're on the back of the Red Bulls on lap 4 now of the Grand Prix. I don't know how, but we've caught up to them. And must be Verstappen must have a problem or something. Anyway, on the back of Ricciardo now, down towards turn 3. We're going to go round the outside of the Aussie, trying to make the move stick round the outside at his home Grand Prix. Nearly lose the back end of the curb, but we've made it stick. We're into P6 just for the moment of time, but Ricciardo's fallen back. Next up is Max Verstappen. So starting lap 5 now, we're behind Verstappen. I don't think it's going to last for very long though, because obviously they're much better cars than ours. We've just had a good start to the race. I don't think it'll carry on very long. I reckon Ricciardo will get me in the next few laps anyway. Our tyres will start going off. I still need to learn how to save them properly, and yeah, it's a bit unfortunate really, but that's how this race is probably going to pan out. I've now got Daniel Rick right in my mirrors now. He might be able to make a move into turn 3. We're just going to go defensive on him. We're not going to let him make a move. We broke quite early there. He tried to go around the outside. We blocked him off. Onto the main straight we go. We've got Daniel Rick right behind us. He may be able to make a move into turn 1. Is he going to go for it? He's closing and closing and closing. He's went up the inside into turn 1. Has Daniel Ricciardo? He's hit me through turn 1. And that's a moment of I don't know what he did. He locked up, must have locked up or something. Now down into turn 3. He's going to have another move on us. We've gone a bit deep now into turn 3, but he's still not past us. I can't believe he hit me. So let's get a view of that incident with Daniel Ricciardo. So he had the DRS and the slipstream down towards turn 1. We were just a sitting duck for the Red Bull. He moved to the inside, but then messed up his braking, locked up and hit us and made us go off the track. That was a bit unfortunate, but we stayed ahead of him. Let's see an onboard view of that. Daniel Ricciardo in our slipstream, pulled out down towards turn 1. He locked up, tried to make the corner and hit us off the track. So we're in now into the pits now for a set of new tyres. Pit lane limiter is on. Daniel Ricciardo's in behind me. He's going to come out in front of me, and I can assure you that. We're into the pits now. We're out of the pits and we're ahead of Daniel Ricciardo. We've gone on to the same set of tyres as Daniel Ricciardo, and it looks like we're going to be having a fun time as we exit. Pit lane limiter off and we're out of the pits now. Who are we ahead of and who are we battling right now? Carlos Sainz is coming down the main straight. Carlos Sainz is right behind me, and down towards turn 3 he may have a go. Carlos Sainz does not have DRS, but he's got the slipstream. Down towards turn 3, he's on the faster tyre as well, but he cannot make a move just yet. Now down towards turn 13, Carlos Sainz is going for a move up the inside as Carlos Sainz, the Spaniard, sends up the inside. He does go a bit wide. We can't get the exit on him. We're too high a gear though to get a good exit on him, and Carlos Sainz goes through into P10. My teammate is in the pits, Ocon. We've locked up on these new tyres, and Sainz, I believe has he pitted? Is he on our strategy right now as we go on the grass? Trying to figure out what Sainz is doing. Anyway, yes, I think Sainz has pitted. P6 for Carlos Sainz, P7 for Dan Mack, and P8 for Ricciardo so far. Through turn 11, turn 12, hitting the curb, putting the DRS on. Overtake mode is enabled on Carlos Sainz down towards turn 13, just like he did it to me last lap. We go a bit deep though, just as he did, but we do keep the position, and Ricciardo is going to have a move on Sainz into turn 15. They have made contact, and they're side by side through the section. I've gone a bit deep, I didn't mean that, but they're still going side by side. And there we go, we come around the final corner. Ricciardo has opened his DRS. He's going to be on the back of me now, down towards turn 1. Daniel Ricciardo, is he going to make a move? He's closing very, very quickly down towards turn 1. Ricciardo goes up the inside. We try to keep it around the outside. We're losing so much time here, but it's worth it. Ricciardo goes past us. Can we do a wee switch back here? Down towards turn 3. We've switched places up the inside. Ricciardo, we've damaged the front wing, and that is going to hurt us for the rest of the race. We've damaged the front wing. Trying to go back past Ricciardo was it was an okay move, I reckon. It was a bit too late, and we've paid the price for it, and we've damaged the front wing. So we're going to have an even harder race now with Carlos Sainz behind me. Ricciardo's probably going to zoom off into the distance due to our handling not being 100%. But yeah, so this is going to be a tough 12 laps to keep the rest of these cars behind me. So even with this damage, we've managed to keep a DRS zone on Daniel Ricciardo. We've got it on him. We're closing very, very quickly on Ricciardo. It's not going to be enough though. Can we get him down to turn 3 like we tried last lap? We've gone very deep into turn 1, but it has made the better for us. We're on the back of Daniel Ricciardo down towards turn 3. Push him to the outside as we bully past him up on the inside. Sorry, for turn 3. We force him out wide, and that has made him pull in behind me. We are ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, back into P6, back for some more 8 points here so far. Now we need to defend from him. Down towards turn 3, Ricciardo is so close to me on this lap. He's probably going to try and make a move as Daniel Ricciardo. He's going to the inside as the Aussie, who is home Grand Prix. He's made a lunging move up the inside. We were going to try and cut back, but it seems to be that he's blocked us off, and that should be he should be through now. We shouldn't be able to catch him up. We've got damage on the front left end plate, so I don't think we'll be able to keep up with him. It'll be a surprise if we can though. Virtual safety car has been deployed. Kimi Raikkonen is out of the race. Kimi Raikkonen is out of the race, and the virtual safety car is being deployed. Do we have time to pit? No, I don't think we can. There's no point really. Kimi Raikkonen has pulled off there, and it seems to be an engine failure in the first race of the season. That is a shame for Kimi Raikkonen, the Finnish driver. Anyway, this virtual safety car, time to save some fuel and some energy. Virtual safety car is now ending on the main straight, down towards turn 1. We need to make sure we don't exceed the delta here. It is out, and Ricciardo has zoomed off there. We had to make sure we didn't exceed the delta. Now Alonso has made the most of that. He's on the back of me now, down towards turn 3. Fernando Alonso battling for P6 in this race. 8 points to the Drivers' Championship, but he's not close enough just yet. Oh, that was very dodgy. Once again, we're making more mistakes, and Fernando Alonso dives up the inside of turn 6. Fernando Alonso is going side by side with me. We push him off, and that was very, very close. Ricciardo has zoomed off now. He's away. Surely won't catch him. I've got damage, so it's just going to be, can I defend from the cars behind after Kimi Raikkonen caused that virtual safety car. Down the main straight, Magnussen is very close to me. He's got the DRS. He's got the slipstream. Magnussen decides to go to the outside as we defend the inside. Magnussen goes to the outside. We hang him out to dry, but he's still there. Kevin Magnussen has got the DRS down towards turn 3 once again. Is he going to force us onto the grass? No, he's not. He's not like his real life self. Down towards turn 3. He's got me. Kevin Magnussen has got me down towards turn 3. He's into P6. And he's grabbed some 8 points for his team if he can keep it. We need to desperately try to keep up with Kevin here, but I don't think it is going to be possible. We're just got too much damage, and the tires have started to go off now. We need to push. Overtake mode on and rich mode. Rich mix enabled now. We're closing in on Kevin Magnussen. Down the DRS straight, we may be able to do something. We just need to get back past Kevin Magnussen. This is championship points we're on about here. The DRS is open. We're in the slipstream of the Danish driver. Down towards turn 3. Is it possible? We've made it possible. Up the inside, we bang wheels with Kevin Magnussen. That was very dirty. I do apologise for that. I don't usually drive like that, but I just got the momentum to overtake him, and we're back past Kevin Magnussen. It hasn't hurt either of our races. Obviously, if that was online, I would not have tried that, but it has not hurt either of our races, myself or Magnussen, but it's just let Alonso and Grosjean catch up just a little bit extra. Lewis Hamilton's out the race. What has gone on there? Lewis Hamilton has retired from the Australian Grand Prix. What is going on? Raikkonen and Hamilton have retired so far. I wonder what has happened to Lewis Hamilton with 3 laps to go of the Grand Prix. Towards turn 3 now. Magnussen is on the back of me. He's closing very rapidly. Goes for the move into turn 3. Can we keep it on him? We're going to try and hug the curb, cut back. It's not going to work on Magnussen, and it looks like he's got past. We have basically one more opportunity to get past Kevin Magnussen. So we clip the curb there, nearly run onto the grass. And Sebastian Vettel wins the race here. Wins round 1 of the season in Melbourne. We're on the back of Magnussen. We can make an opportunity here. We're going to wait for the DNS though, because if we went there, he could get us with DNS, and that would not have been good. We might as well have a go with DNS now. We've got 24% worth of DNS available. So we're going very slow. We just cut that just a little bit onto overtake mode now. On the back of Magnussen. We're flying past the Danish driver up the inside of Kevin Magnussen in the Haas. We're going side by side through turn 14, possibly turn 15 now. Up the inside of Magnussen. He bottles out of it. He's backed out through the penultimate corner now. We're through. We're in P5 and Ocon joins the battle on the very last lap. We've got DNS and we come across the line in our debut race to finish P5. That was something else.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
So Sebastian Vettel wins round 1 of the 2018 season with Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen in P2 and P3. Daniel Ricciardo finishes a lonely P4 and we get a P5 finish. Ocon, our teammate, gets P9. That's solid points for the constructors. That was an amazing battle with Magnussen as well, with the 2 retirees, Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Raikkonen. So the standings then, obviously the same as the race result, but the constructors, Red Bull lead the Constructors' Championship ahead of Ferrari by 2 points. Mercedes are there on 18 due to Valtteri Bottas is finished. And Force India ourselves, we are joint with Haas on 12 points. And Williams Racing, Renault and Sauber did not score in that race.
Great work out there today. How do you think it went? You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
I can do this without a great team behind me. There we go.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Nah, the car was sticking to the track really sometimes.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Not sure what happened out there.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
So thank you guys for watching this episode. Please leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below how I can improve this series. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. So we did get a good result there. Can we do it again in Bahrain? Find out in the next episode, and I'll see you guys next time.